Welcome to Mark My Words on Music. I'm Mark Evans with a look at the most exciting new recordings of the day. Is there anything that pianist and composer Dick Hyman can't do and do brilliantly? You might guess that I'm a Dick Hyman fan. Among my fellow pianists, who isn't? So when I learned of Dick Hyman's latest book and DVD, Dick Hyman's Century of Jazz Piano, I thought it merited a review. I was promptly asked if I would like to review his latest recording as well. To be accurate, he has 3 new CDs available. If I don't speak quickly, there might be a 4th CD before this broadcast is over. A few words of introduction may be in order for anyone who somehow hasn't discovered the remarkable musical gifts of Dick Hyman. If we listed all of his musical credits, there wouldn't be any time to talk about his latest. He emerged from the Navy after World War II to become staff pianist at NBC, musical director for Arthur Godfrey, and active as an arranger for everyone from Count Basie to Tony Bennett. In the midst of a stellar career as a jazz soloist, he found time to collaborate in performances and recordings with Lester Young and to tour with Benny Goodman. Classically trained, he even played for Igor Stravinsky and led a band that toured the Soviet Union, playing his own arrangements of Louis Armstrong classics. As a composer, he scored numerous films, especially collaborating with Woody Allen, and he's written everything from chamber music to ballet to choral scores. What's always fascinated me about Dick Hyman is his ability to analyze, explain, and duplicate the styles of virtually any other pianist you could name. That's a special gift. His new book, Dick Hyman's Century of Jazz Piano Transcribed, is based on a unique multimedia course that he developed at the request of Joel Simpson, presenting the entire history of jazz piano. This is a splendid book for jazz pianists at every level. In 13 lessons, presented visually and with transcriptions, Hyman analyzes the origins of jazz in the ragtime era of Scott Joplin, and you'll find examples of stride piano, the horn-like piano styles of Earl Hines, the evolution of swing through Teddy Wilson, and even the astonishing right-hand runs of the legendary Art Tatum. And then Hyman moves on to pianists of the bop era, including Bud Powell and Oscar Peterson. He analyzes George Shearing's block chords and the styles of everyone from Bill Evans to Errol Garner. He even incorporates the exotic scales developed by Nicholas Slonimsky in his incredible Thesaurus of Scales. Now, while I was fascinated by Mr. Slonimsky when he appeared on Mark My Words, if you're not a pianist, you may think that the inter-ultrapolation of 12 tones may sound technical. But you don't have to be a pianist to appreciate Dick Hyman's last trilogy of CDs. Just listen to them. The first is called Lock My Heart, a collaboration between Hyman and vocalist Heather Massey, who learned about him for the first time when she was only 12 and discovered one of his books in her mother's music library. The songs are standards and original compositions, and they're 2 Kurt Weill classics, September Song and Lost in the Stars, as well as music by Duke Ellington, Billy Strayhorn, the Gershwins, and Rodgers and Hart. Massey is a versatile singer, comfortable in singing jazz, blues, and folk music, and you would think that this was her 20th CD with Dick Hyman at the piano, not her first. Hyman said it was a joy for them to work together. For someone with dazzling piano technique, Hyman is the ideal accompanist, unobtrusive when Massey is singing, while creating a complete musical mood during his own solos. Hyman has often collaborated with clarinetist Ken Peplowski, and their CD, Live at the Kitano, was recorded at the Kitano Hotel in New York. These 2 musicians have played together for 25 years, but often with rhythm sections. The sound of a clarinet and piano duo is quite different, closer to chamber music than swing. The tunes are straight from the Great American Songbook, including a remarkable 10-minute duet based on The Blue Room by Rodgers and Hart, and the pairing of Lover Come Back to Me by Sigmund Romberg and Oscar Hammerstein, and jazz musician Horace Silver's Quicksilver. You'll hear elements of jazz, Coleman Hawkins, Thelonious Monk, and classics such as Kurt Weill's My Ship. Hyman makes it look easy, with a busy walking left hand substituting for the walking bass that would be part of the rhythm section that isn't there. Hyman and Peplowski trade solos and work together like a pair of master tennis stars. Perhaps Dick Hyman's greatest achievement is his 64-year marriage. He and his wife are proud of their daughter, violinist, fiddler, and composer Judy Hyman. Late last summer is the first collaboration between father and daughter in a recording studio, a series of wistful, poignant, and moving waltzes reflecting the mood and spirit of folk music and composed by Judy Hyman for family and friends. An excerpt of one waltz was part of a score created by Judy Hyman and her husband Jeff for a film about John James Audubon. The waltzes aren't easily classified, certainly not jazz, fiddle music, or classically inclined, but they're uniquely emotional and quite an experience, and include the accordion, bass, trumpet, and trombone on selected cues. As for classifying, there's no category for Dick Hyman. He's an original. This brings us back to my original question. Is there anything musically that Dick Hyman can't do? Not really. If you're a pianist, check out Dick Hyman's Century of Jazz Piano. And if not, listen to his CDs. And mark my words.
Lullaby of birdland, that's what I always hear. When you sigh, never in my wordland could there be ways to reveal in a phrase how I feel. Have you ever heard two turtle doves, bill and coo, when they love? That's the kind of magic music we make with our lips when we kiss. And there's a weepy old willow, he really knows how to cry. That's how I cry on my pillow. If you should tell me farewell and goodbye, lullaby of birdland, whisper low, kiss me sweet, and we'll go flying high in birdland, high in the sky, up above, we're in love.